wish on 4K. Let's get into it. So what I have here today is the 4K Walmart exclusive, which 4K disc is not in here, but it's in my player. But let me show you the Steelbook here. Very nice looking Steelbook. I love the interior and the outside. It's a very gorgeous looking Steelbook. Like, this is a Steelbook that I was kind of like whatever about pre-ordering it. The only reason I pre-ordered it is because it is Walmart exclusive, and there is no way to get the 4K outside this Steelbook, which is unfortunate because I do not believe this Steelbook is currently available, which sucks. So you'd have to go aftermarket, and I don't know. But it's a gorgeous looking Steelbook. The images all here. Yeah, this movie looks great on 4K. It's, Disney animation is just phenomenal. This movie is not one of their best. A lot of people were mixed about the art style. And I will say, watching it a second time, not on a big screen, the animation definitely does feel a little rough. Some of the movements feel a little bit off just by the style they're going for. But I think it still is beautiful enough, and it works well enough in the movie for what they're going for. I still think that maybe, wasn't the best decision to go with that art style, but I still think it worked well enough. Main reason I wanted to review this 4K is not just because how it looked. I wanted to rewatch the movie because I saw this at an early screening when it came out. Before it came out, I guess. And I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was solid. And then next thing I know, I see all the reviews come out, and they're all just dogging on this movie. There's a lot of hate towards this movie. And I didn't really have a desire to go back and watch it. But I was listening to the soundtrack a couple times. I mildly enjoyed this movie, So I went to go. So I was thinking about, definitely rewatching it. Finally sat down to do that. And I think this movie is very overhated. It's not as bad as people made it out to be, but I definitely see the flaws a lot more. Like, when I first saw the movie, I caught a couple of the Disney references, but I didn't see as many as people were seeing. And now, rewatching, I see a lot more. They're very blatant. They're very in your face and just bad. Like, completely awful Disney references throughout this movie that have, like, no substance or value other than that's just the thing And there's weird decisions that they were paying homage to things like Asha and her friends. There's 7 of them because 7 dwarves. And you're like, yeah, but, like, why do you need 7 characters in this movie? There's a reason the 7 dwarves were in the movie. They all had distinct personalities. They were interesting characters. This movie, why is there 7 people? Just cause? It just, like, there's a lot of things like that where it's just a lot of laziness writing. The villain, I like Chris Pine quite a bit in the role, and I thought he's cool, but at the same time, within this movie, he has a backstory that makes you think that the character is going to go one way and going to be redeemed, or maybe be somewhat sympathetic, but still bad, and they didn't do that, and it just sucks because now the character just feels like he's missing something or missing a point. Like, he almost felt like he wasn't meant to be bad. He was meant to be bad but redeemed, and that's just like, it didn't go that way. The music, I think, could have been better, but I still enjoy the music well enough. I mean, there's some of that music that's a little off. Like, This Is the Things I Get. Lyrics like, I let you live here for free, and I don't even charge you for rent. Like, why are you stating the same thing you just stated? But for the most part, I thought this movie is still a fun movie that's overhated. If you like Disney animated movies, you're going to get a lot out of it. It's, I think it has a good message, things like that, of not surrendering your freedoms to people above you in power who claim to be doing the right thing, and, corruption, blah, blah, blah. All that kind of stuff that's interesting. And I really enjoyed this movie for what it was going for. It just didn't completely work. Unfortunately, it's not one of the worst Disney animated movies. That's probably still Chicken Little and the Frozen movies. But I still think this movie worked for what it was going for.